Hey dreamers, it's Maya and welcome back. And today me and Deja have come together again to bring you guys a part 2 of the last conversation that we had, which was kind of all about like my story, my journey, and resilience. And what else did we talk about? Just childhood stuff. Yeah, just a lot of different topics that these are
mental health.
Just a lot of different mental health things. So I think today we're gonna gear things in kind of a little bit of a different direction. But another great conversation is getting ready to be had. So you guys sit down and grab your snacks and open your ears and your minds and your hearts, and we are going to get into this.
Yes. Okay. So I really just want to this time. So you told me everything about your past last time, and now I want to talk about what you've made of it, how you've become resilient from all of those things. So I'm mainly talking about Maya's Dream House.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever considered actually being a life coach?
Yeah, when I quit my job, when I was working 9 to 5, and I quit my job to kind of start developing what Maya's Dream House was, with the naive, just big dreamer that I am, I thought right when I quit that all these things were gonna fall right into place and da-da-da-da. But it's just been like a whole separate journey trying to figure out what I want to actually do now, like on a day-to-day basis, and how I want to support myself and do that. So when I did leave, I wanted to open my big Maya's Dream House place. And obviously that's going to take some time and money and a lot of effort and a lot of big girl things to make that happen. But I did decide that I wanted to start life coaching. And so I kind of start putting together like my own practice, and I started learning about mindfulness and meditation and just different things like that. And I started to put together my own practice. And I feel like God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, really started sending people my way that were suffering a lot, that were in a lot of pain, that would just to kind of help me get, basically, I just felt like the universe was giving me some type of like training. Like, I'm not kidding you, day after day there would be grown men, grown women, adults, all different ages too, just opening up to me, pouring out to me, telling me about things that they were going through and just looking to me for advice and stuff. So I kind of considered that literally my training, and I just started to put together my own practice, if you will. Yeah.
Okay. So my other question, I don't want this to come off as an insult, but how do you think you qualify for being a life coach? How does anyone qualify to be a life coach?
I think point blank the reason why I qualify is because I have true happiness, and I've overcome depression, I've overcome anxiety, I've overcome all of those painful things without medication, without a doctor, without a trained whatever, and it's real and it's genuine, and I think that's all you really need.
Do you think anyone who hasn't overcome those things does not qualify?
I wouldn't say that they don't qualify, but in a way, I mean, there are things that people can do to help, but if you are suffering mentally and you don't know how to get out of that, then how are you going to help somebody else get out of it?
Exactly. Okay.
And even if you do help somebody, out of it, you still go home at night with yourself, and you'll feel like a fake or a fraud or whatever.
Yeah, because you're not there yourself.
Yeah.
I get that. So describe your goals of becoming a life coach. What do you want? What is your goal? What do you want to achieve for yourself and for other people that you're coaching?
My goal is definitely to just help people understand the power that they have inside of them. I want people to understand, or just to discover the unconditional love inside of them, the unconditional light, the perspectives that you can choose to have to not suffer anymore. I want people to know that it's not normal. I mean, it's normal when you look around, but at the makeup of our being is not to suffer. That's the reason why suffering hurts so bad. We're not put here to be these mundane, just robotic, go with the flow type of people. Like, we have so much power within us, and so many things that we should be grateful for. And I just want people to understand, like, you don't need material things to be happy. You don't need a specific person's love to be happy, and that you can just do all those things on your own.
So what exactly is your dream house? What does it consist of?
Okay, so Maya's dream house, I had this vision. This is 2014 probably. Literally had this vision of this big pink place. It's like a big pink building, and it was focused on health, beauty, and lifestyle, which is what my YouTube channel is about. But it's a big building all under one roof, and there's a gym, there's a beauty bar, and there's a self-help center. And so fitness has been a huge part of my journey. Makeup and beauty has been a huge part of my journey, and now this whole spiritual journey of, you know, discovering who I am and all that stuff. So I felt like to put all of that under one roof, if you will, would have been really, really cool. So the gym, I've done Zumba and like all these different type of fitness things that I've been able to dabble in, and they've all helped me. And so I just want to provide a place like that, which was also like, this is like a dream career for me. This is like, when I thought of Maya's dream house, I was like, what would be a place that I would want to go to every single day and like work at and and be happy and all this. And I'm like, and I literally just dreamed up this big pink building that's got pink treadmills and pink equipment and pink everything. And then the beauty bar with, like, you know, you've seen those impression vanity mirrors with the lights on them, and different makeup artists. I want a different makeup artist to be able to come and work at Maya's dream house and be able to set their own hours and do what they love and practice their craft, and it to be in and out, and like people to go somewhere that's not Macy's and get their freaking makeup ruined. Right. And so people can go where people get their makeup done where it looks like the people who have, you know, like on Instagram, and they look like an Instagram baddie or whatever the hell. And then the self-help center, it's kind of like a little mini library with laptops and books and access to people like myself and other life coaches that I'll be able to hire, hopefully like my closest friends. And get help and get support and get somebody to tell you, you know, like all of your dreams are possible. Like the huge thing when I even tried to start this up, like literally went and tried to start up my dream house, this building, this place, a lot of people that I would go to at these business centers and stuff would be like, no, this isn't gonna work. Then they're telling you no, and it's like, okay, like I hear you, but I actually don't. Like, it's gonna happen. Right. So I just want to also provide a place where people can go and not be told that they're crazy because of their ideas. Right. And so that's what Maya's dream house is, and that's where I wanted to work every day. I've never seen a place like that, and you won't see a place like that probably in the Midwest. People are like, you should go to LA or wherever. It would stick out like crazy. Like, I'm gonna stay in the like I'm gonna move around and do other things, you know, around the world, around the country. But why not put cool things in the Midwest? Why not put cool things where there aren't cool things? Right. So that was a big thing for me. Yeah.
And bust out. So I had a question. Oh, okay. So essentially, your dream house is gonna consist of like a beauty salon and a gym and like a therapy center, kind of. Is that?
I call it a self-help center. Self-help? Yeah, and a beauty bar and a gym. Yeah, and kind of just everything's pink. It's kind of funny. Like when I started making this business plan and all of that stuff, I already, like, whenever the time comes for this to happen, like, I'm not going to say I'm fully prepared, but I've already found all of the places that sell the equipment that I want with the colors. I've already found the companies that I want to work with for supplying makeup and what mirrors I want, like down to those little details. Like, I've done that. Yeah. Literally. So it's just like
the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll know that'll come. Mm-hmm. So, can you just go over how exactly Maya's dream house can benefit others? Like, what's your pitch?
I just think there's this, with our generation, like, there's this whole realm of different ways that you can, you know, make a living for yourself. And I think that the world is starting to catch on to that. And I just think it's going to be a really nice, creative place for people to come and think outside the box and not just think, you know, of your everyday normal jobs like a doctor or a cashier or like, just, I think it'll benefit people because even just the building itself is going to make you think, like, wow, like, what would I want to do? Yeah. Like, what's my dream? Yeah. And so I think just that right there, it's just to inspire and to let people know that all of their dreams are possible, and like whatever it is, like that's why the reason why I wanted the building itself to be such a
eye catcher.
Yeah, because that's a point in itself right there. And especially like me going down to those business centers even here and sitting down with those, 50-year-old white men across the table, and you slide them this piece of pink paper and they're like, are you kidding me? And how old are you? I'm like, I'm 21.
You're not who I want to be talking to.
Yeah, and they're like, crosses out, and I can, in my place, like, I would never do that to anyone.
No.
Like, literally.
But I see, like, I don't know.
I love the story.
It's so changing. The world is so changing.
Yeah.
And the people that are coming up and that are going to take his spot.
Mm-hmm. And I love the story. Like, no, like, the story is perfect. Like, it's absolutely perfect. Like, I went in there, pitched my idea, and they're all like, no. And I just got a bunch of no's. And I literally left that place smiling because I'm like, you got to have some adversity for the story.
You do. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, you said that you've been writing a book for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going? Yeah.
Now, and like, there's two halves of it. So the first half is called Once Upon a Dream, and that's basically like, it's kind of like the beginning, like the sad Cinderella part.
Yeah.
Like all the bad things happen, and then the visions to reality is literally about like me getting all of these dreams and learning about myself and literally through my writing, seeing me turn from this super depressed, super hopeless person into like this big dreamer. And it's not overnight, and it's a 5-year process. Yeah. And that's why I'm glad I've been writing it for so long, because even when you read a book, it takes you a short period of time to read a book, and you still compare your whole life to this one little, however many page book, when you got to remind yourself this is like a 5-year process.
Yeah.
And like my happiness didn't happen overnight, or my dreams that are coming to reality like did not manifest overnight.
Right.
And that's like kind of one of the biggest points of the book too.
Right.
I try not to get too in my head about what's next. You have to learn to balance the moving forward with the appreciating where you are and appreciating where you've, like, how far you've come already. So it's just finding that's keeping that healthy balance and just continuing to move forward. And so right now my mindset about it is, my focus is kind of on my YouTube channel right now, because my YouTube channel is what I wanted to be, a kind of a foundation. I think there's something that's always just telling me, make sure you do what you can to embody the YouTuber that you want to be. Because at first I always thought it was just going to be like makeup, but now like this is more of the route it's taking, and I feel things forming in a different way, kind of taking a different route. And that's how you realize like everything really isn't in my hands, because when I really did start, it was all about makeup and hair and all that stuff. And now that it's gearing into this whole mental health direction, I had no idea that was going to happen. It just kind of did. So I'm excited though, because these are new topics. These are new things that a lot of people are starting to get into, that a lot of people are starting to care about. So the fact that I feel like I'm a part of that, and it's right on the ground, and it's just gonna keep getting more and more up there. Yeah. So I feel like life coaching and mental health is there's a lack of it, and there's a need for people to be out there teaching who are actually living what they're teaching. And so I feel like I'm a part of that, and that's why I'm not worried, because I feel genuine, I feel authentic, and I feel just right. And in my soul and my spirit, I know I'm doing the right thing.
I have a quote I want to show you. Live in the present. Focus on things that you can control right now. The past cannot change, and the future is unpredictable. And then it quotes Eckhart Tolle.
I literally just got the chills.
Yeah. That's what, like, you saying you try not to worry so much about what's next. It just reminded me of that quote. And that's something that I'm battling with myself. I'm so like, okay, what's happening next? I need to prepare. Yeah. Because when I'm unprepared, it scares me and I'm off guard, and I'm very vulnerable, which can be scary, but I'm glad that, more people like you talking about this on your YouTube, that's so vulnerable and it's inspirational. Yeah. So it's I'm seeing more people being more vulnerable. Yeah. And it's like, especially on social media, that's such a space where people aren't who they really are. Yeah. So,
and I played into that for a long time, and I think people
Yeah.
play into that because they're unaware of another way to be.
Right.
And now everyone's being exposed to this other way to be, and everyone's learning how to be better.
Yeah.
And it's just freaking amazing.
Yeah. So this quote from Eckhart Tolle, the more you are focused on time, the present, and the future, the more you miss the now. The most precious thing there is.
Yeah.
And I think that is just all truth. And I can't, like, I'm really excited because it's like, I don't know, this thing I'm taking on, like, I don't know, I can see myself changing, like like my mental processes are changing.
Yeah.
I'm becoming more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I'm being more present, and it's
literally hard to even talk about.
It is.
It's hard because it's like this feeling inside, and you're just like,
the words can't come to mind.
Yeah, the words can't come to it because it's like it can't be described because it hasn't been experienced, and it's just like
being experienced.
Yeah, and it's
right
just
now,
like, what is this like? And that's when you get those generic words. People are like, oh, well, it's true happiness. Like, you're mindful. And it's like,
not that.
It's so much deeper than that. It's like, I'm like actually good. Like, inside.
I'm straight.
Yeah. And so that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm always getting, like, I literally, like, I live without worry.
That's crazy.
Like, to literally live without worry. Like, you think about people who just, like, who literally just worry about every single thing. And that's what I love about Eckhart Tolle so much. I remember on one of his podcasts or whatever, somebody was like, well, I have to worry about bills and I have to worry about this. Like, how can I stay in this mindset when I have to worry about these things? And he said, well, you always have you'll have the bills and you'll have the roles that you have to play, but you do not have to worry about them. And I was like,
wait.
Literally that part right there. You don't have to worry about anything. You could just do it, but you could just remove the worry.
But yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to ask you.
Oh, sweet.
I really just wanted to know. I personally want to know more about your dream house because we haven't really had that conversation.
Yeah,
I'm sure your followers want to know.
Oh yeah. So by you guys subscribing and thumbsing up these videos and just watching my stuff and supporting and commenting, that is all the support I could ask for. And this YouTube channel has really just become my freaking baby, especially since we're talking about all of this stuff now. Like, I hope you guys are loving these kind of topics, and I hope that they're helping you and inspiring you and just inviting you to think outside the box and just think about what you actually want to do every day. And little child Maya wants to work in a big pink building, so adult Maya's gonna find a way to make that happen for her. So yeah, so
here for it.
All right, you guys. Well, I will see everybody in my next video. Thank you, Deja, again for coming back. We love you. And we'll see everybody in the next one. Bye.
Yeah.